What have you ever heard of James O'Keefe and Project Veritas? Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. You know what? I bet you think I'm dumb too. Yeah, screw you. How about that?
Probably, yeah.
So when EDP said about Kris Tyson liking Shadman
Oh,
stuff in that video, that was
dude,
because of you.
Yes,
It goes deep, man. It goes deep.
Yes. You know why we were interviewing him, basically. Like the reason. He said we didn't have to worry about recording around him. But he didn't know that that was the reason, and it's because we literally see this guy that is into this pedophile art. He messaged a minor inappropriately, and so I could literally see, like, we tried to reach out to this guy 3 times before, and then we actually get a hold of him. And the thing is, we need to know if something happened to this guy or not. But we knew he's supporting Kris Tyson still, so we had to ask him, like, oh, hey, you know, we're making content about these creeps or whatever. We were not molested. We didn't have any groomers or anything, but we said, oh, we had, you know, people that talked inappropriately to us. They were trying to send us pictures. Did this thing ever happen to you? And he said, no, this, you know, it didn't happen to me. And then he specifically said, oh, Kris Tyson, there's nothing weird about that guy.
Actually, that's not completely true. He said something like that it might have happened, but he didn't really realize it. I do remember.
Oh,
that.
okay, sorry, I misspoke then. Well, here, I think I should let Birdie speak because I'm just going to ramble.
No, it's fine.
No,
I just feel like Smaggle. Wait. I'll let you go in a sec. Okay, I just want to say one thing, right? And I feel like there is a case to be made here, and I think there is information that's worth having out there. And I appreciate you're small and you wanted to hand it off to people, but there has been, you know, numerous areas of, I would argue, incompetence in going about this and baiting someone into a conversation, and then now you're getting them coming out saying this video is totally wrong. You understand this very much undermines the case that you're trying to make.
Have you ever heard of James O'Keefe and Project Veritas?
Right. I mean, yeah, James O'Keefe is not like the person you should necessarily look as an avatar of success with this stuff.
No,
some of his investigations are riddled with issues, like the fucking post office thing, where that guy from the post office got led down with hearsay to act like he'd be able to prove that there was some problem with the fucking votes, and then it didn't transpire and become anything because the guy, you know, was presented as this paragon of someone that could reveal information that didn't happen. You know what I'm talking about, right? The guy that works at the post office. He got, you know, slung to the side.
There's a lot of things he does, so I don't know. Like,
okay, but the point,
thing you're referring to.
Okay, I don't want to get too political with it, I guess. Let's just take a step back
I
from
think
the political
James
aspect.
He does amazing work.
But this is the problem. Okay, dude, how do you do this without getting super political? I feel like what you've done is you've got someone that you look up to in James O'Keefe, and you've tried to imitate them. And James O'Keefe isn't perfect, but, you know, you've done it in a very shitty way, so now there's problems with what you've done. You understand the problems that you presented in doing this, right?
Yes.
I mean,
I do see some of the problems. Yeah. We could have definitely did it
hold
better.
Hold on. Don't speak for him. Let Prison talk.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what was the question? Do I see the problems that it caused?
Yes.
I mean, what I see is that I was able to confirm all the stuff because people are saying, "Oh, do you have absolute confirmation? Do you have absolute confirmation?" If we never reached out to him, would we have absolute confirmation? I mean, yeah, there is the picture, but people supposedly the picture wasn't enough. Is what I've been seeing, which I think is pretty ridiculous.
Hold on, what picture? The picture of them meeting up?
The picture of them meeting up, yes.
Okay, but do we know before that he knew about his age? Because there's a difference between him messaging someone.
Okay. So are you saying it was okay? Are you saying it was okay?
I'm not saying it's okay
to message a minor inappropriately and joke about saying
I'm saying we need to know his age. I'm saying we need to know his age.
Hey, fellas.
Are you saying?
Relax.
Are you saying that if someone sleeps with a minor, you're saying, oh, they can just pull I didn't know their age card, and then just get off scot-free? Is that what you're saying?
No.
So why are you getting all angry at me for?
Because
what are you getting angry at me for?
Because you didn't confirm the age. You didn't know.
Yeah, you know, I reached out to a lot of people.
No, dude, shut the fuck up.
Okay, let's bring the temperature down.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to disrespect me? Why do I have to continue talking to you? Why don't I just mute you right now?
Smaggle, just calm down. There's no need. I understand there's people in chat that want
I
blood sports.
see why he's upset. I see why he's upset because, you know, people were trying to say I was being transphobic because I was calling out this guy for being a creep.
Hold on. Wait a second. I'm not. What? You would say, dude.
I literally
you-
hopped on this stream and I saw a girl saying that
Dude,
there's an
I'm not.
agenda.
I'm not here because I'm mad at you because you think that trans people don't exist. That's not what I'm
Well,
mad
you're
about.
certainly mad at me.
I'm-
I can hear it in your tone.
Yeah, I am mad at you because
Yeah, you're mad at me.
You the first person you thought of was going to another fucking pedophile before Kris
That was
Tyson.
not the first person. That was
Dude,
not the
okay.
first
No.
person. I reached out to
The
Charlotte
first
Chris.
person, the
Let's
first
slow
person
down.
was Chris Chan, the guy that fucked his
That was
mother.
not the
No,
first
That was the
person.
first
That is
also no.
false.
We
Yeah.
That is
reached
I'm
out.
sorry, I forgot.
Wrong.
Dude.
Wrong. That is false.
Who was the first
Completely
person
false.
then?
First
Okay.
person
Multiple
I reached
people,
out
multiple
to
commentary
was
channels
turning point
before.
was a news website, was a journalist. I tried to get this out to people. I exhausted all my resources. The average person doesn't have connections. I didn't have connections, but I did know how to contact.
So you thought the best course of action was going to EDP?
Best course of action. It's what I had. You really think it's all going to be sunshine and rainbows against a channel that has 132 of the world's population subscribed to them? Do you honestly think that?
You know, I think that any normal person would look through, oh, what has EDP done in the last few years, and not go through him because he is a pedophile.
Smaggle,
He's showing
Smaggle,
his shit to
Smaggle.
kids.
Listen, I appreciate the content, Brain. I know that some people want blood sports, okay? But clearly that is not the way to get the best out of this conversation, okay? Yes, I think we can all agree going to EDP is fucking retarded, okay? However, what I would say is I at least understand the logic a little bit because EDP did call out Christian Mr. Beast, right?
And Keemstar talked about it too. And people were talking about it. I literally had friends that said, "Hey, look, you did it. He's covering it." And I could just send him all the other information and then have him talk about it, but then he wouldn't do it.
Okay. I understand from the perspective of, you know, someone like yourself who clearly is not about this life, doesn't do the YouTube thing, having that kind of mentality. I think it's retarded, to be clear, but I do at least understand from your perspective. Okay.
And then
No, it was a stupid move. It was a stupid move.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
no. So the logic behind it is stupid. All right. But if it wasn't for that, I literally wouldn't even have talking to Verdius. I wouldn't have gotten involved with other people. And those videos wouldn't have been made and gotten out there if it wasn't for the fact I reached out to EDP. So, you know, the information's out now. And if I didn't reach out to EDP, the information wouldn't have been out. And it's because I wouldn't have uploaded those videos because there's another guy who we can't talk about who was essentially that put pressure on us to release these videos. And he didn't directly tell us, but I can't talk about
why is there this pressure?
Why?
I don't understand this pressure argument. Why do you have any pressure? You're like nothing channel. No
We will.
I can't talk about
that. Discussed in another video. We'll discuss
Hold
it
on.
in
If
the
you
other
can't
video.
talk about it, then why bring it
I
up in
can't
the
talk
first
about it.
place?
Because
Why
that's
bring
what
it up in the
happened.
first place?
That's what happened.
Look, listen. From my perspective, right? I wasn't there when he reached out to EDP, right? I can say it is stupid to reach out to a predator, a known predator, right, and try to get him to cover something about, you know, somebody else, right? Did he reach out to people before EDP? Yes.
Yes.
But I think it was still stupid. I think he could have done it better, and we will learn, right? We will learn.
I've got to be honest, Verdius, you seem like the organ grinder, okay? And you seem like the monkey, to be honest with you. Let's hear more from Verdius about this for a sec, okay?
All right.
Smaggle, have you got a question or a point you want to bring to the table to move forward?
Yes. So my question is, when did you record this interview with the miner, with Lava, and why didn't you include the interview in the original video?
Okay, so a couple of things, right? The interview, we still had to look through multiple sections of it, right? We had to like depict, okay, he said this here, he said this here. Okay, did we ask him this correctly? There was like information that was, you know, we wanted to double check. And the video, we released it without the interview because, again, I don't want to keep going in circles, but we should have, you know, put the interview in the video. That's a good point. I'm not even going to argue that, but we are going to do that, you know, I think maybe within the next, I would say maybe 2 weeks, we're going to release a much bigger and more comprehensive video where the interview is going to be also there. The video, no, the interview should have been in the video. You're right.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Smangle, please go on. What else have you got for me?
And
Yeah,
also, sorry, one more thing. The interview is really long as well, so it could be a video of its own. You know, just a little side point, but it's still irrelevant.
Actually, I want Prism to answer this because I found a comment. Some other people have found the comment that Lava put out like 4 weeks ago. I sent it to Chud, saying this video is not true and disgusting. Ava Kris has never done anything wrong, and for you to make up these laws and create this narrative is just wrong. Also, when you interviewed me for a supposed editing job, why did you lie? So you can take the clips out of context? This is disgusting. And then Prism says, care to comment why when you were 14 and Chris was 20 to 21, you and Kris Tyson had bro talk where he was joking about sending you nudes and flirting with you on Twitter? So
Yeah, that seems like.
Hold on. Let me try to respond to this. I'll let you you know, say it in a second, but like let me hear what this guy has to say. Like, so what is it? How should we respond to that? Like, what are you asking?
No, why? So, real question: why didn't he respond? Like, why is he having all these other people respond for him? Why can't he come on and respond? Because the thing is, at the end of the day, the question we want to know is, why is he not acknowledging these tweets? Why am I getting shit for just pointing it out?
well, you're getting shit because he thought he was
Yeah,
going
no one
into
else
there
was
for
doing
a
anything
fucking
about it.
job interview for an interview.
Oh, so
And you
I
just-
see a guy inappropriately messages a minor online. I see he met up with him in person. I see he's into pedophile art, and you're saying, oh, well, you didn't tell him you were making an expose on Kris Tyson. Oh, it's like, yeah, no shit, I didn't tell him.
No, dude,
It's
that's not what I'm
investigating.
saying.
That's what it
I'm
is.
saying is that I know he knew that he was a minor when they met up. I'm saying I don't know if he knew he was a minor
I mean,
when he
are you
did
really
that
saying this was
messaging.
okay?
And that is what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to prove that he knew
I'm not
that he was
perfect.
messaging a minor, and you didn't.
Listen,
and that's
Smaggle,
the problem.
One sec,
That is the problem.
One sec.
Dude,
Smaggle,
okay, first of all.
No. Prior. Let me
Okay, I'll
respond.
let you talk.
I definitely, just to be clear, I think 100. I'm pretty sure 100% there is like one screenshot that we have that's probably in the evidence folder, which definitely says that, you know, he acknowledged this age. I have to look through it because I don't, you know, there's a bunch of stuff we have to look through, and we did document it, just so you're aware.
Okay, so
Yeah,
But there's
so
definitely
you're
an argument.
if you had
saying,
to look through, hold on.
Okay,
If you had to
okay,
look
all
through
right, I'll
the
let you speak.
evidence, if you had to look through the evidence, why didn't you delay the videos, or at least delay the video
couldn't.
talking about the minor?
We couldn't do it because, like I said, someone was putting pressure on us, and
Oh
we
my
can't
God,
talk
dude.
about it because there's a police investigation and it's unrelated to Kris Tyson.
Wait,
Like,
so
I don't know what you want me to say.
Hold on. If there's a police investigation, is the police
Yes.
forcing you to review a
No.
video about Kris
No.
Tyson? What?
No.
No, it's
Okay,
unrelated.
yeah, I
We don't-
listen. I know you're acting really smug, but yeah,
I'm not
you're
acting
really just
smug.
coming across as a jackass.
I'm acting
man.
childish and immature because you guys are sounding like fucking retards. I'm sorry.
Sounding like retards. I'm literally telling you right now. Like, I can't say who it is. I can't
Look,
say
we were
who
in a
put pressure on
position
me.
where we had to release the videos earlier than we wanted to. If we
Yeah.
had more time, we would have definitely put in more effort and, you know,
But how
included
does
all
it
of this
relate to
stuff
Kris
necessary.
Tyson? That's
Because he was
It doesn't.
also involved. I can't talk
partially,
about it, but he was also involved. I don't know how to
Okay.
get this any more clear across. I can't talk about it right now. In
Is
the
there,
future,
like-
I can. Yes, people sign
Okay.
contracts. There's investigations. I can't talk about that.
But that still doesn't explain why you had
But,
to.
like,
Oh my
But doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. If we're gonna release the stuff in like 2 weeks, why does it matter? What's your like?
Because then you would have time to fact check. You would have time to clear up any loose holes, and you can release the finished product that was
Okay.
better than before.
We were on a time crunch. We were being rushed to do this. I don't know, like how many more times I have to say this.
Look, we don't want to get into it, but
Okay.
we genuinely were in a position where we couldn't.
Sure. Here's the problem that we've got with this, okay? And, you know, I think that from what I can understand then, There's pressure. You cannot speak about it because of some legal situation. And you are going to reveal in the future in some further video, further insight into this. And then we'll have the answers then. Is that what you're claiming?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. And Smaggle, I mean, obviously, do you have any further comment to that beyond just saying, well, why can't you tell us? I mean, what else have you got to add to that?
I don't know. I'm just mad. I'm just absolutely mad.
You're mad I got this out?
No, I'm mad
At
that
least someone did it. At
no,
least someone
shut
did
the
it.
fuck up. Shut up.
Okay.
I'm not mad that you got this out. I am mad. I am mad of how you handled it.
I can leave if you want me to.
No, listen. Right. Smaggle's getting muted. Smaggle, okay. We need to bring a bit of calm to this. Now, Queenman is an associate of mine. He's another English guy. He's also Jewish, so he's very calm at these situations. But I believe he just wanted to ask you something. He's got a channel too, so, is it okay if he just asks you something? Or, is that okay? Yeah. Right, Queenman, please, go on.
Yeah, sure. So I heard the Smaggle, the comment Smaggle read off a minute ago.
Yes.
Did you lie to the victim to get the interview?
Lie to the victim specifically about the reason why we were doing the interview?
Yeah, you said you were looking for an editor.
Yes. We had told them that we were looking for an editor, and we did an interview, but I don't see why everyone is fixating on that, because we were investigating. Why am I getting shit for finding this out and pointing this out? I literally see a guy inappropriately message a minor, meet up with him in person, and I investigated, and I'm getting shit for it because I didn't give this guy a heads up who still respects him. Which, by the way, when he found out, Kris Tyson, the guy he's still in contact with, deleted all of his Twitters. So what did you want me to do? Give him a heads up so he could delete his Twitters earlier? Like, really?
You don't get to lie to alleged victims of predators in order to make them testify on a video for you. That's insanely fucked up.
Insanely fucked up. What I did was an investigation like James O'Keefe or Project Veritas.
No,
you can say it's fucked up all you want. All I did was get out the fact that Kris Tyson inappropriately messaged a minor. That's what happened.
Project Veritas. The one that's been debunked. The one that's fucking
been debunked. Bullshit. The FBI literally raided them to take their diary away from them.
Sorry. What happened to all those videos of the votes being carried into
Yeah. No, you're full of it, man. You're full of it, man. I've literally had friends that have met him in person. I've met
James O'Keefe's scum. Sorry, 1 minute.
Oh, he's scum. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to talk to you, man.
Lied to
yeah. You know what? I bet you think I'm scum too. Yeah, screw you. How about that?
Probably are, yeah.
Okay, let's just try and bring some calm.
Lied to victims.
No. I'm muting this guy.
Not just that, but you're taking 2 weeks to release the evidence of an allegation.
Yeah, I'm getting shit for pointing this out, is what I'm saying. Because I investigated. I was supposed to give him a heads up so he could tell Kris Tyson and have him delete everything, is what I'm being told.
To have this interview released, apparently.
I get why they're upset about it, but do they not see there's such a thing as a necessary evil? I don't view that as a good thing. It is a bad thing, but it's a necessary evil.
You do not get to violate the agency of a fucking alleged victim to get clout, retard.
All right, I'm going to let Verdius talk because I really don't want to ramble like last time and hog all the time.
Okay, so let's.
I mean, I didn't even make a video about the victim, right? That was just for other reasons. I didn't want to because here's the thing, right? I don't want to talk about stuff that I'm not 1,100,000,000% sure of, right? And I'm 1,000,000,000% sure of the fucking tweets that he made, right? Those are inexcusable because those were still on his page. You could still, even when I released my video, you could still scroll on Kris Tyson's, Twitter, and you could see them, right? The victim, there's just so many things that you would have to take into consideration that, like me personally, I'm not even going to comment on.
Okay, let me say it right. No one is going to, and no one should take anything you fucking idiots release seriously, especially if it's edited.
I mean, is there any other questions, or are we just dragging this out? Because it seems like to me you're just bringing people in to address grievances at this point.
Hey, you've lied to the victim.
I addressed the idea of their grievances. I think I made myself very clear, so it'd be unnecessary to just bring in any more people to just try to hammer me for getting this out there.
Hey, dipshit, shut
Because
the
here's
fuck
the
up.
thing,
Okay,
I reached out
alright.
to a bunch of people. Why
Hey.
didn't they help me with it? They
Reach
could
out.
have. They didn't.
I think okay, just to
Other
bring
people didn't do something, so I'm doing nothing wrong. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, hold
What sort
on.
of logic is that, you moron?
okay.
Oh.
His parents knocking on the door as well. Jesus Christ. Look,
Listen,
no one
I
should
mean,
take
if
the
you
shit
genuinely,
seriously.
if you
You've
guys
lied to the
genuinely, listen,
victim.
listen,
Hey, shut
listen,
the
if
fuck
you
up.
genuinely
You've lied
want
to
No,
the
no,
victim, getting information.
Cumin.
I think you're editing it too. You're editing down the interview. No one should watch. No one should pay any attention to that.
Sorry
You should
about
release
that.
the full
we're
fucking
not gonna end
context.
the interview. Who said we're
What?
gonna
Oh,
end the interview?
You just said. Then why is it taking 2
Sorry, I
weeks to
didn't
come
hear
out?
what you guys were saying.
Well, yeah, but we're gonna put the unfiltered version of the interview. Like, we're just gonna
Yeah,
put the whole thing,
so-
and then maybe make a video where we point
hold on.
out the things he says.
You should just
You
be
know?
dropping
Well,
the evidence. You should, at this point, you should be
So
dropping
he
your
said that
evidence.
like I was putting the clips out of context. Yeah, we didn't even put any of the interview clips in there, so I don't even get what he's saying about that.
Because they are anticipating you're quote sniping them because you've lied to them for an interview. Anyone would.
But I think it's really interesting though that people are trying to say that I victimized someone, even though I'm literally getting out the fact that that Chris was messaging him inappropriately. I think that is a really interesting take on it, and it seems like it's almost like coming in defense of Chris Tyson is the way that I see it.
Share that information. It could have been inappropriate. If this person doesn't want that shared, that's not your place to share it.
Hello?
Queenman's saying that the point that's being made here is you're essentially making a victim out of someone who doesn't feel like a victim, and you're speaking ahead of them because you have got a narrative that you want to expose about this person. So you're not putting victims first in this. That's the claim that Queenman's making.
What I'm doing is I'm pointing out what I found online. That's what I did. I mean, that's the thing is that if you guys don't have a problem with him messaging a minor inappropriately, I don't know like what more I could do to convince you that, hey, that's probably not a good thing.
Well, I feel like you're being dishonest there.
Who's saying it's fine to message a
Well, how
minor
am I being
inappropriately?
dishonest?
Because none of us are saying that. We're pointing out the criticism of your process.
Okay.
We're not
Okay, sorry,
disagreeing
my
with the
bad.
we're not disagreeing with the fundamental aspect of this is wrong. It's that
Okay, I'm sorry,
there's
my bad,
issues
then.
here. I appreciate Queenman and Smaggler being quite aggressive, so obviously, right? I'm trying to be a bit more moderate to try and get the points across.
Yeah,
right?
I appreciate you. Like I'm serious.
Okay,
I'm sorry if I'm saying you were defending him. What I'm saying is that I know they're criticizing the process, but keep in mind, I'm not a perfect man, and I wish this was the perfect scenario, but it's not the perfect scenario. And frankly, we knew the circumstances. He's still in contact with Chris. And the moment he found out, Chris deleted his Twitter accounts. So that being said, were we supposed to tell him ahead of time that, hey, we're going to just release all this information about Chris Tyson? No, I think that'd be a very poor, that'd be a very dumb idea. It'd be a very poor decision to make.
Okay, so yeah, I think this is what is fundamentally going to come down to is there's probably going to be some agreement with like the things that you're presenting, but there's going to be people that have got problems with the process, and obviously it's being expressed aggressively here.
It's not a perfect process. If I could have done it better, I would have.
Like, what would you have done differently, though? I guess
he could have. What? He could have. What?
I couldn't have just told him ahead of time that I'm going to release all this information because obviously
we would have definitely the interactions with the victim. We would have definitely done better. Okay.
Yeah,
I would have at least definitely done it better.
But we couldn't do that because he went and told
right.
them.
But that's irrelevant. No, that's irrelevant. We could have done it better. That's it. I'm just gonna leave it at there.
Could have done it better. I'm saying we couldn't have the situation that we're placed in. We had to try to figure out what happened without having him go tell this guy because I knew he was still in contact with this guy, or at least still looked up to him. From what I saw,
it sounds like what you're trying to say is you didn't have the knowledge or insight to do it better at the time, and that's why it went wrong. Is that correct?
Knowledge or insight to do it better. The thing is, okay, so we tried to reach out to this guy 3 times. When we saw that he was an editor and we tried to reach him that way through editing process, we got a hold of him. And we're trying to investigate this whole thing where he messaged a minor appropriately and met up with him. And you're telling me that I was wrong for doing that when that actually worked? Because we tried to get a hold of him normally, and that didn't work. 3 times. 3 times.
And you should have
This guy's a
left them at
total
that.
retard.
Wait, slow
Yeah,
down.
should
Wait,
have
wait,
left him at
Queen,
that.
slow
So,
down.
so I,
Sorry.
so I should have just not tried to find out any information about him trying to meet up with this guy that brought a camper van over there, is what you're saying?
Right, Queenman, in the calmest way you can muster, okay?
It's ridiculous, man.
Right? Can you just explain what the problem is with lying to the victim? Like you say it's bad. What exactly is bad about
Well,
it from your perspective?
Yeah, not only does it completely violate any agency they've got in the situation, but it also taints any evidence you release. Well, I saw this fucking headline going around Twitter that Chris Tyson was
Hello?
messaging kids last
Oh,
night.
wait, okay, hold on. Who'd you ask?
This
Did you
fucking
ask
retard.
Queenman, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I have him muted.
Okay, please just unmute him. I've asked him to be calm, okay? We're
Okay.
enhancing our calm here. Sorry, Queenman, please go again.
Hey, okay, so yeah, Sped. Not only have you completely violated the victim's agency in this by lying to them to get the interview and planning to release information, but also you've totally tainted any piece of evidence you do release. And now we're being told it's taking 2 weeks after you've made the claim for us to actually get the rest of the evidence. So this claim there could be stuff that totally contradicts it, but you've made the claim. It's now spreading. And we have to wait
I've
2 weeks to get the stuff to cross-reference it. What?
So I've tainted the evidence. So now that everyone sees that Chris Tyson inappropriately messaged a minor, all of a sudden no one really cares about that because
you have created room.
Yes,
you have created room.
seriously. So no one cares about it now.
You have created room for them to make excuses for either if this victim is going to try and lie to cover it up, or if Chris Tyson is going to come out with something. Because you've shown dishonesty at the start, you have tainted the rest and created room for plausible deniability. Yes.
Clearly see that he messaged him inappropriately.
Okay, just an example.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
I touched on this earlier. I touched on this earlier. The problem, for example, with not having in the video demonstration of their knowledge of the age means that if I was a nonce and I was looking at the video, I was Chris Tyson, I was trans, the first thought process there would be, oh, well, I can just say that I didn't know their age. And that can be something they say, and that narrative can catch on.
That's what they all say. They all say that. Dr. Disrespect said that.
Okay.
Yes, he did. He did that.
He didn't say he didn't know the age. He didn't say he didn't know the age. That's not true. He admitted to messaging a minor inappropriately. He denied he'd done it at all, or denied to talk about it at all. But anyway, let's not get bogged down on that. The basic point I'm trying to get across, though, is, this is why I mentioned the pyrocynical stuff, is people are able to latch onto a narrative early if you don't have a nailed-on case, and that can create gaps and holes that people can take advantage of to slither past the story. And I think that is what Creeman is, in a somewhat aggressive manner, trying to get across to you, is you've left gaps for people to be able to make excuses they can, move away from this.
Okay, so if I didn't reach out to this guy, what would that have changed?
Creeman or Smaggle?
What do you mean?
If you didn't reach out to the guy, to the minor, then you would still have the messages that you could, I don't know, say that it's weird, but you wouldn't be able to confidently prove, as you said, that he was messaging a minor, because at the time we don't know. At the time we don't know.
What do you mean we don't know? It's on Twitter.
We don't know if Chris knew.
It's on Discord. Okay, but what would have changed if I didn't reach out to him? Because you guys are saying I reached out to him in a bad manner, which tainted the evidence. So what would have changed if I didn't do that?
About this claim that they knew the age as well. How you're saying that he must have known the age because they were paying this guy. How were they paying him?
He literally has it up on his LinkedIn, and he says he worked for him.
Yeah, how were they paying him?
With money.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the exact payment service, but hold on. I was asking you a question. I said, what would have changed if I didn't reach out to him? What would have changed?
You wouldn't have created a massive, glaring amount of dishonesty in the story. Like, literally, if anyone else had done this, they would have not done. It would have not gone.
Okay, so how does that change Chris Tyson messaging a minor inappropriately?
Because it gives them room for something. It gives them room to latch onto it and create a
So
narrative.
okay, so they can latch on to they can latch on to they can latch on to me reaching out to this guy in a bad way and say that
dishonest. They can say this guy's a dishonest actor. He's just doing this for clout.
Really?
Both true, by the way. And that you've taken stuff out of context and that you don't know the intention behind any of the messages.
Okay, so that is tainted now because of the fact that I reached out to him in a bad way.
By you, yes.
So him joking about sending news to this guy is just completely inadmissible in the court of public opinion because I reached out to him in a bad way.
There's no inadmissible or admissible in the court of public opinion. This is the problem. Is the narrative around the evidence is going to matter just as much as the evidence if you want something to happen about it.
So you're saying because of dishonesty or whatever you're saying that all of a sudden it just invalidates everything else. How?
No, can you
how does it invalidate
listen to a statement?
I did.
To a statement, incorporating the information, and then replying to the statement.
I did. I exactly replied to you. I said, how? Explain how. How does it invalidate?
Okay. Right.
I just did. You create room because you've shown dishonesty, so they can portray the information.
How are they going? How are they going to slither around that? That he messaged a minor.
You're a dishonest, clout-chasing fucking idiot who has misportrayed messages and doesn't know the intentions.
So you're saying because they're painting me in a bad light, it was okay that he messaged a minor, is what people.
Because you painted yourself in a bad light, no one will believe you. You fucking idiot.
I have screen recordings. There's archived web pages. Huey Barnes archived web pages.
And
so what are you saying? And
I'm saying,
what are you saying? And
okay, let's
listen.
Let's
the narrative matters just as much as the evidence in the court of public opinion.
Okay, why does the evidence change based on who's saying it? I thought evidence is evidence. Why does it change based on who's saying it?
How long have you been on the internet for?
No, what it sounds like to me is you want someone to trust someone instead of actually looking at the evidence and coming to their own conclusion.
I will make a prescriptive claim about you. You're so mentally disabled. It's insane.
Yeah, okay.
Let's chill out on the insult.
He's not getting unmuted. This is just complete disrespect. I'm not standing up for it.
Right, let's just...
I'm not standing up for it.
I'm not standing up for this. Complete disrespect. I just want to call people
absolutely
a pedophile.
Not. I am not standing up for this. It's very clear that this guy has some very foul opinions about me. Some very weird opinions, I might add. It doesn't matter what I do on my end. The evidence is still the same no matter what I do. He still messaged a minor inappropriately. It doesn't matter what I do. I could go rob a bank. That doesn't make any form of evidence any more or less valid. All right, because that was on Twitter. That had nothing to do with me. So what is he talking about? Oh, you reached out to this guy. All of a sudden, we can't talk about the fact he messaged him publicly on Twitter inappropriately. Like, what is he on about? That is insane.
This guy's so retarded. I'm going to leave it 1 second, Chud, but I try to put this out there. These guys have no idea that Kris Tyson knew this guy's age. They don't know what payment method it used. It could have been just through a PayPal email. If he's an editor online, probably just through a PayPal email. And that's not going to show the age. They might have never asked the age, and this guy just used a screen name. We've got no idea. We've got literally no idea. They've proven nothing. It's just retarded bullshit. And they've completely fucked up the story.
Yeah, I'm not unmuting him this time because it's very clear that these people are just trying to disrespect me and hammer me. They have some grievance against me when I think that, if I've done something bad, then that's on me. But what does that have to do with the evidence of Kris Tyson? Absolutely nothing.
Sure.
Okay.
Sorry.
Chud.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to end this conversation now, but there's another person.
I'm fine with ending the conversation. It's been a very unpleasant conversation.
Hold on, Prism. There's one more person that's in chat that I would like.
Who?
Oh, can I bring someone in? Because there's one of my editors that are.
Please, by all means, yeah. Listen, I'm looking to.
Okay, all right. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. They're trying to contact me right now.
Okay. Right, can we just switch over to Verdius for a sec?
Yeah,
okay?
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Verdius. Obviously, there's been a lot of very tense conversation and whatnot here. I think people want to hear this get hashed out a bit because there are some concerns about this. I mean, what's your perspective on the kind of tone of the conversation and how it's going? You got any thoughts?
I mean, look, listen. I'm gonna be very transparent, right? I tried to keep as much of a neutral take throughout this whole thing as much as I could, right? In my video, all I talked about was the lolly stuff. That's literally all I talked about because I knew that that's indefensible. You know, Priya, he has helped me try to. I mean, he has discussed the victim. I didn't discuss the victim at all. You know, this supposed victim. But I mean, this conversation, I don't know, man. It's everybody made some good points. I would have to,
Okay.
you know, look back through it.
What are you trying to get out of all of this yourself? Like, what are you trying to do?
And I don't care. I'm just trying to get some lolly stuff out there that this guy liked and posted. I think that's weird.
Okay, so you're well, not interested, but your concern is more with the Shadman connections and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
okay.
it's
I actually do have a question with you about that. In your video, because I haven't watched it, did you point out the connection this person named Juleby had to Shadman? And no.
no, I don't know who that is.
Kris Tyson replied under one of their tweets. Juleby is one of Shadman's
Thank you.
associates. They were
Yeah,
part
Rack
of the
wanted to.
website. They were
brought
posting
him.
Wait, one
about.
sec, Priya. 1 sec.
They were posting. They posted lolicon comics about fictional characters. They were a major part of the Shadman website. So
Okay, so what you're saying is there was a user, right, that posted Chadman comics and Kris Tyson had some association with that? Is that what you're saying?
well,
Sorry.
they replied
Didn't really
under one of their
understand
tweets. Yes. They didn't post lolicon comics. They posted it on Shadman's website. And I believe that not any user can just randomly post on this website. Like it was a part of his content. That's what I'm
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to, right? I would have to look into it.
It was
Because
the
a lot of the people.
it was the tweet where it was like Caillou gets a timeout. That was the image.
Oh yeah,
that
I know
was
what you're
shown.
talking about now. Yeah, I know what
that
you're talking
person.
about.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, in my video, right, that I made,
Mm-hmm.
I just compiled a bunch of tweets, either in relation to Shadman or in relation to Kris Tyson, all, you know, pointing to Kris Tyson having some association with, you know, I guess weird lolly tweets. Right? That's just what I showed in my video. This happened to be one of the tweets. I'm not
Right.
too sure about the person that posted it. I know like a lot of the things, right? A lot of the Twitter people that like posted the, you know, stuff that Kris Tyson interacted with were quite weird. Like if you go on their profiles, they have like really NSFW artwork. Just it's just smothered all over their Twitter page, right?
Yep.
This just happened to be one of the people. I don't know too much about them. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't look too deeply
Mm-hmm.
into all of them, but I know that, you know, they were one of the people in there.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I felt like in the videos that most people just glossed over that person, but I think they're actually kind of important to the story because they were also posting on Shadman's website. So
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
bad.
if you watch my video, what like, you know, again, I wish like some other YouTuber posted this, but like under my video, there's a lot more tweets that I talked about that Kris Tyson, you know, made. That's why
Yeah.
like, you know, I get a little bit triggered when I see somebody else make a video about it and not include everything, you know, and just like pick and choose what they want.
Swap tube.
Okay, cool. So I'll let Rack talk, but
Yeah,
Chud,
Rack wanted to.
after they talk, could you drag in Gamma from the green room? That's the small commentary YouTuber that I want to ask
Okay.
some questions.
That's
after.
fine. That's fine.
Right, cool.
Right. So what have we got to say here then? What's going on now?
Okay, I'm a dude who I was kind of brought in last minute to work on like editing and shit because you know this video has been kind of in the works for like a long time. I'm not a big friend of Priya, but you know I know the dude, we've spoken before, and kind of like was waiting for the right time to get all this shit out, you know, and now it's out. So, and it was like the last maybe few days before the deadline, and me and a few other people, I can name some names here: Walrus 05, I think GJ 58, although that guy's kind of hopped off the face of the planet. We came in to kind of just tidy some shit up. Personally, I don't think we didn't have enough time. We had a lot of shit planned, so the video didn't come out necessarily the way we wanted it to. But everybody knows the guy's a freak now, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, that's about it for introductions. Is there anything you'd want me to get my perspective on, or shit like that? Like
well, I
kind of
mean,
the production of the video.
sure. I mean, the main thing is, I think, Prism, you wanted to bring this this fellow. What was the what did you want to bring to the the table with this?
Oh,
I
well, I was specific. Sorry, he specifically told me that if there's any streams where people try to get me on to like bring on either him or Walrus, because they can communicate very effectively, and that's something I need to work on. And Rack, one thing I wanted to say is they already know that I was being like I already mentioned that I was being rushed, like we
Yeah.
all were being rushed. So it wasn't like a deadline thing. It was more like I was told, hey, you got to get this out, and then I was just working my ass off to try to like record these videos, put all together all the evidence, and get it out because we didn't have a choice.
Yeah, no, it was a hellish process. Do you tell them about the Mike Klum thing? Is that a thing that they're keyed in on?
Yeah, no, but yeah, Mike Klum, he wanted to get me on the documentary, and let's
For
just
reference,
I
Mike
can't
Klum
talk
is the
about it.
guy who made the Boogie documentary.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Yeah, and
there were two
he was
people
making
that
one on EDP, right?
yeah, and then the
yes,
thing
and
about that
that's why
is that
that's why he was involved.
you
That's
watch
why
the Journey video that Priya made, right? Where he talks about the EDP shit.
I haven't actually seen every single video. No, I just watched
Oh
this.
my
Yeah.
god.
This
No,
expose.
it's
Watch
okay.
the Journey video, please. You'll literally see
It's
I reached
fine.
out to Chris
But
Hansen.
the thing is that he contacted a lot of people, and I think because and if you've seen the Kiwi Farm spread, people kind of accused him of being, I don't know if you know the terminology, but like a ween, because he was leeching off of, not really leeching off, but they assumed he was kind of leeching off like a lot of people probably consider to be lol cows, and I didn't agree with it. If I were there at the time, I'd probably have told him not to, but he reached out to EDP, and EDP kind of blasts this information because it's fucking EDP didn't do it very good, and that was like the initial. It wasn't even him. The initial kind of personality to put this information out was actually EDP 445. So I'm glad this shit's out now because it could have been
Oh, wait,
completely tarnished by that.
Hold on a sec. So when EDP said about Kris Tyson liking Shadman
Oh
stuff in that
yeah,
video,
yeah,
that was
dude,
because
it
of
goes
you.
deep.
Yes,
It goes deep, man.
Yes,
It goes deep.
yes,
No way.
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Oh my god.
I'm kind of
When I
glad.
said I reached out
Yeah.
to EDP, I told you I was trying to get out this information.
No, he reached out to Chris Hansen. There was a ton of people.
Yes,
It was a ton of
I reached
people.
out
He
to
has like
Chris
a
Hansen.
he has a laundry list. But anyway,
people-
so he had the suspicion that Mike Klum would include a section about that in the documentary. So he just kind of wanted to get the thing out as soon as possible. What
A well-founded suspicion,
I'm not-
very well-founded.
well-founded. Yeah, I'm not too I don't remember very well. Do you know what led you to believe that it was going to be out at the time that you thought it would be out at?
I can't
Or is it
talk
just
about
kinda like-
that because there's
Okay, got it.
contracts
Got
and
it.
police investigations. Literally those two. I can't talk about that.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Okay.
he thought it was going to be out pretty soon. So,
Smaggle,
and then
please,
I
go
hopped on last minute.
Yeah, I just want to ask one more question about the investigations. Not about it. I just want to know, like, were they threatening you legally? Were they threatening you?
I wasn't threatened legally, but other people were threatened legally. And the whole situation is terrible. And like I said, I can't talk about it because I'll get innocent people in trouble if I talk about it. Me and Verdius haven't said a word because all it's going to do is harm other people. And that's what we've been trying to avoid this whole time. That's why Verdius didn't mention anything about Lava GS in his video because he didn't want to hurt him. But I understand, like, I had to be the bad guy and say all this stuff that I knew was going to be directed at me. I put messages specifically for Lava because I know this would hurt his feelings. I literally reached out to Gideon because there was this girl that EDP, was being inappropriate towards. She was so upset when she heard about this. and I went on to Gideon and I expressed all this on his live stream. And that's why I reached out to Gideon. I'm not some heartless bastard that's just going around just like trying to like, I don't know, do whatever. I'm doing it because people need to know he works around kids.
Okay. And sorry, Gamma, we've not met before, but Smaggle said that you had something to say.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that what is a fundamental issue right now is the fact that these guys are unwilling to completely concede on the fact that they are completely irresponsible when presenting this information. I can agree that the information that we have at hand does have a lot of basis to actually present something grander. However, the way that these guys presented it was completely reckless, and it tears out any credibility that these guys had to actually make a strong case to anybody. Because as we see it right now, as we see it in commentary, people are going to clip the fuck out of this, and they're going to make fun of you to hell and back because of the way that you present this. Not only was it stupid to try to reach out to EDP because he was the first and only person that would be willing to hear you out, but matter of fact is if this guy actually managed to represent your information in any way, shape, or form, do you not think that people would find it incredibly suspicious that you are getting another person who could potentially have a bias, him being a potential PDF himself, to kind of skew this information? Like the way that you went about it, like I can understand that people weren't actually trying to sort of give you attention in regards to your claims. I understand that that's an issue. It's an issue that any small creator will have to deal with, absolutely. But fact of the matter is that if you really wanted to make this information fast, if you really wanted to present this information fast because you were under pressure, that's not an excuse, by the way, and I will get into that in a minute. If you really wanted to present this information fast, why didn't you do what every other moron does when presenting allegations and make a fucking Twitter thread with documents? Why not just do that? Why make videos? Everybody knows that the YouTube algorithm is going to completely snuff you for not having anything worth talking about, anything worth of relevance, especially if you yourself are not integrated into the algorithm. That's a problem in itself. Nothing you did was rational beyond a shadow of a doubt. It was all reckless, it was all stupid, and there's no way that it's defendable, and any excuse that you use to defend it is stupid. Absolutely.
Well, I was going to say we did actually make a Google Drive. It's on, I believe Verdius linked to it, so that's not true.
Okay, I was hoping you'd say that. Or something similar along those lines.
Yes, we made a Google Drive, and
why,
I think Verdius linked it in his video.
Listen, and the reason why is because if you had gone to Twitter, and made a fucking thread, you would have gotten significantly more traction than you would have on fucking YouTube, because shit like that spreads like fucking wildfire. And the fact of the matter is that you do have some pretty damning and sort of concerning and alarming bullshit. But putting that on a video is fucking stupid because of how YouTube functions. However, on Twitter, if people were to fucking click on it and see that you actually have definite evidence, people would have fucking spread that shit like wildfire. You would have been heard a lot more. That's just a fucking definite.
Okay,
It just means that you are completely incapable of presenting information in a way that matters.
Do you mind if I interject real quick?
Me and Verdius had a plan, but we can't talk about that plan either because it was wrapped up with things that we can't talk about.
Okay,
and
if the plan was to fail,
slow down.
Slow down.
Okay,
Gamma, I just want to ask a question. So I just want to ask, did you have to rush out the video because of Mike Clum's EDP video?
Yes.
So now, not only did you say that you couldn't talk about the issues that you were involved in legally, but what you just did right there is imply something.
Why are you acting vindictive and like?
I'm not acting vindictive. I'm not acting vindictive. This is not an act. I genuinely think that you did something reckless, and you should be held to that degree. You should be held to the standard that you did something reckless, and you shouldn't excuse it. You can't say that you're not perfect. You can't say that you're not right.
Okay, so I should have just left it behind and never tried to talk about
this. No, because you had options.
Because nobody
you had options that would have worked fundamentally better.
Options? I reached out to like more than 50 people.
It doesn't matter if you reached out to people.
I don't want to get into a shouting match on stream, bro.
Yeah,
I don't want to get
let's slow down.
I don't want to get into a shouting match.
Yes, let's
all
not
I'm
get
saying
into a
is,
shouting match.
all I'm saying is, I literally reached out to more than 50 people.
That's like, fine. Let's calm down.
Keep in mind, I'm not a professional here.
Okay.
I don't do any. This is the first time I've ever done something like this. And you're saying I should have just not done this at all?
No, I'm saying that you had better options. Reaching out to people that fundamentally would not have heard you out.
I should be held in regards as a bad guy because I just wanted to get out this information. I did the best I could. What more could I have done?
Look. Let me.
I let everyone know. I let my family know. I let my friends know. I
Let
let
me
my
present something
Turning
to you.
Point people know I did the best I could. What more could I have done?
Let me present something to you. You said you were rushed to release this information and that
Yes.
you had to get it out somehow.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna let you ignore every other valid avenue and resource you had. Every
Are you
other valid
saying-
option.
oh,
I'm
okay.
going to let you ignore that.
Twitter.
I'm going to let you know that because not only did you just say that you managed
Okay,
to
what
get it,
what
and
what
like
valid
not only
avenues did
no,
I ignore?
Twitter,
What valid
Twitter,
avenues
Twitter,
did I
you
ignore?
cannot
Twitter.
prove to me that that shit would not have fucking spread like wildfire on Twitter.
Can I-
And I'm pretty sure that most people would have agreed with would agree with me on that. So unless you can prove
Well,
beyond a shadow
the
without a
thing
doubt
is,
is not a
the thing
rational
is,
avenue,
I did-
you're just wrong.
I talked about this in the Jitty on live stream. I wanted to make sure that it would spread because I know that Mr. Beast's team, they're very keen on anything that's small about Mr. Beast or anyone from the team. I've literally seen Jimmy respond to comments that are so small. And the thing is, I wanted to make sure that it spreads so he doesn't see it and delete it and then it goes nowhere. That was literally a
Okay. Look. You know how stupid that sounds? Not to insult
how
you.
stupid it
Not to,
sounds.
not to
Hey,
insult you.
hey,
Do you
hey,
know how many
hey, guess
people?
what? I
do you know?
succeeded. The information's out. So you're saying I sound stupid? I did it.
Yes, you made
I
yourself
fucking
look
did
like a
it.
fool. Look at the chat in this fucking server. Look at the
Okay,
chat.
yeah,
anywhere
sure.
here.
I made myself look like a fool. That wasn't part of the goal. The goal was to get out the information, and I succeeded. That's what I was trying to do.
I don't
did
know
the
if you
best
were
I
paying
could. What more do
attention.
you want me to do?
I don't know if you were paying attention, but my criticism was the fact that you recklessly distributed the information. The fact that the information is out there is fine, but you did it recklessly.
What more could I have done to reach out to Chris Hansen? I tried to reach out to news sources.
Actually,
I tried to reach out to
so
Charlie
glad
Kirk.
you mentioned
What could I
Chris
have
Hansen
done?
again. I'm so glad you
Yes.
mentioned Chris Hansen again. Okay, look, because I'm about to fucking say something that is about to blow everybody's mind. Okay, you said you were pressured. Let's say you said you were pressured, right? Okay,
Yes.
let me give you the hypothetical win and say that I agree that you needed to get out this information because you were pressured. Do you know who else pressured getting out information irrationally back then? Chris Hansen himself, when he got a man killed for getting information out faster than he expected without actually doing his due diligence and investigating properly. A Conrad, search him up. He got fucking he killed himself because of the pressure that Chris Hansen did because he rushed to this information. If you're gonna hold yourself up to imperfection, these fucking people that you claim are professionals are also imperfect and make these terrible mistakes.
I'm not a professional.
Which only further reinforces that you should have been more careful and done your due diligence. So you can't say that you reached out to these fucking incapable people themselves.
I'll ask the same question. So I know you're saying that because they can make me look like a bad guy. But what does making me look like a bad guy do with the fact that Kris Tyson messaged a minor?
Let's everybody in the chat rewind like 20 minutes ago to where I said that the information that you have could be very, very well damning. But the fact that you presented it in the way that you did, nobody's gonna fucking bother to take you seriously. Other people like this fucking dumbass Brion are gonna be like, hey guys, I saw this video, now I'm gonna say this, and this is how I inferred it, and do a much better job at it fucking putting the information out than you did. And that's fucking embarrassing.
I mean, that's literally why I had Verdius make that video, because I knew he could do a much better job than I did.
Oh, and here we are with Verdius also fucking claiming that he's not good enough at doing it himself. Okay, congratulations. Dumb fuck 1 and dumb fuck 2.
You're just on here to be a dick. That's what you're on here to do.
No, I'm not on here to be a dick. I was actually trying to
be very
informative. The fact of the matter.
You're being very critical.
The fact of the matter. Yes, because you are incapable of understanding that what you did is inherently wrong. Look, if you conceded on the fact that you were wrong, I should have
never revealed this. Then I should have never.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That is not what I said. You can't put those words in my mouth because it's on the record.
You act like that I had to
like
be
I'm hot shit. I act like I'm hot shit.
Perfect.
Yeah, look, you know what's funny is that if I had made a mistake like this in the past, which as a matter of fact, I have gotten information incorrect in the past. I have gotten information incorrect in the past. Smaggle can testify to this. I got information incorrect in the past, and guess what I did? I agreed that I got that information incorrect. I agreed that I did a bad job on it. And then I said that we should correct the record and then fundamentally make something better out of it so that people can understand.
That's why we were going to make a comprehensive video.
Right. I guess the question is, Gamma, like, listen, people appreciating you fucking popping off like this, right? And I accept that,
he's a great speaker. He's a great
But this is what I want to ask.
At the same time, can you seriously sit there and say that it would have been better for me not to do this than to do this?
No.
Can you really say I should have never done this, or should I have done this? Is it better that I never did any of this at all to get this out, or is it better that I got it out? Although it wasn't gotten out in the perfect way, at least I did it. At least it got done, right?
crux of the point is that it would have been done inevitably, right?
Yes,
Was
it
there,
could
like,
have been done better, but it wasn't perfect. I'm not a perfect human being, and I
Priya,
haven't.
give Chud a go, man.
Wait, what?
Oh, what was your question, Chud? Because you wanted
Rack,
to ask
what
a
were you
question.
saying?
Yeah, sorry, Rack.
I said okay.
No, Rack. What have you got to
Yo.
say?
Oh, I said give Chud a go. I was trying to
Oh,
pass
okay.
the stick to
Oh,
you.
Yeah,
thank
I-
you.
We're
Appreciate
kind of in a
that.
loop here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I-
The thing is obviously, you know, people are coming on, and I appreciate people want to say the piece. I guess the question is to you, Gamma, is what do you want Prism to do to satisfy your concerns that Prism isn't doing?
Okay,
Exactly?
yes. What do you want me to do?
What I would want you to do is to concede on the fact that you were reckless so that people can hold you up to a standard where they can infer things in their own manner instead of you coming in here pretending like you were the only one who could have released this information. Because fact of the matter is that you could have handed this information off to
No,
somebody more
I
credible than you.
did. I was trying to hand it off to people. I tried to hand it off to Chris Hansen.
Yes, you could have. You could have, right? You could have. But the thing is that you, even if you were trying to hand it off to Chris Hansen in general,
Yes.
you're handing it out to people that, one, do not care, two, are not capable of actually doing things themselves because they mess up cases such as Onision, right? Like you went at
Okay.
you went at this in the worst way possible, and that's my
Who
criticism.
who should I have reached out to?
Who should you have reached out to?
Yes, because I tried to reach out to anybody. I tried to reach out to as many people as I could. Who should I have reached out to? Because anybody I could think of.
I will have to agree.
Yeah, who should I have
that
reached
there's
out
You
to?
not-
really did have
you
a
were in
fucking
my
laundry
shoes-
list.
I will have to
Yeah, if
agree
you
that
were
there
in
is
my
not a lot of
shoes.
listen. I do have
who
to
would I-
agree. I do have to agree that there is not a lot of people that are willing to take information like this, because for the most part, a lot of people on YouTube would rather you break the story first so that they can also like see where you're coming from and hold you up to that scrutiny as well. That is true. A lot of people, like, no matter who, a lot of people are going to be, not only are they going to be untrustworthy, because there's a lot of people that are going to want to have their own spin if they're the first ones to get this, but people don't want to break news because if they get something wrong on your behalf, it'll potentially ruin their credibility.
Yeah,
Which is why I
that-
said the best way to
That
go
doesn't
at
answer
this.
the question.
No,
The
that's why I said
question is, if you were in my shoes, who would you have
answered your
reached out
question.
to?
I answered
No,
your
no.
question.
Who would you have reached out to then?
I told you nobody. Like,
Okay, tell me again,
would've
because I
done.
didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Who would you have
Nobody.
reached out to?
I said nobody. Like, you
Nobody.
have a
So
point there.
I should have just not gotten this information out.
No, you could have always gotten the information out. You could have gotten that information out through
Dude,
Twitter,
I
and it
didn't
would have spread a
want
lot
I
faster
didn't
than the
want
video.
this guy to potentially see it and then go delete everything.
Okay, did you?
They keep such a tight eye on their reputation. I do one thing with Robert from Full Force, and then I get a freaking Mr. Beast News writing an article about us.
The issue is that like inherently the problem with that is that you are banking too much on the possibility that you would have been like fucking CIA. Or
I was
FBI
trying
or
to be
something.
I think you both agree that we could have done the video better, Priya. I don't think we have to argue with that. And the preparation could have been better too. And right now we're kind of trying to correct that. We're working on a better version of it. I understand if you have kind of, I don't know, if you don't want that because you obviously think that he's not the person to handle this, but we have a few people working with him, including myself. They're trying to like get him a script he can work with. Like he said, he's not built for this, and he was just kind of on his own looking at this shit from afar.
No, I'm not trained to do this.
Should he have like done this differently? Yeah, but it's out at this point, and I think that trying to kind of kick him while he's down isn't really the best move. I think he gets it. I
understand what he's saying, but again, I'm asking him, name a person you would have reached out to then. Because you said you would have just made the video yourself.
I don't think there's any point in arguing on this front. What's done is done.
I think Gamma's saying he would
you're
have
right.
used a
There's
different
no point.
process. Gamma
You are
would have
right.
gone
I
to
should
Twitter,
be
put something on Twitter, I believe is what you're saying, Gamma. That would have been the best
well, that's it's funny that he mentions that. I actually did that. I didn't.
He
post
did do
all the
that.
evidence
He
to
did
Twitter.
do that. I don't think there's any success a Twitter video will blow up.
No, I did that. I did post it on Twitter. What I did was I made
I don't think that we need to go back and forth about this either, because we've been in the same loop for like. Do we have a clock here? Do we have a clock?
Listen, Rack, you're absolutely correct.
Like what's done is fucking done. What's done is done, and the information's out. So what needs to be accomplished was accomplished.
My issue is that you are continuously deflecting something. People here are not
What do you mean
appreciating the way
deflecting?
you're-
What if I?
Look, the issue here is that people aren't appreciating the way that you're trying to do any of this. People are fucking making a laughing stock out of you. And all I'm trying to say is that you are at least need to like concede and at least sort of
Concede.
like say that you made
I
like,
need
a
to submit to what?
You need to like at least concede to some points that you.
What do I
feel
need to
like
submit
wrong
to
on.
what?
Okay, look. One point that I wanted to bring up is the fact that.
I mean, I've
you-
already said like it could have been done better. What do you want me to say?
Look, one thing that I want to bring up that you for whatever reason just are adamant you did not do nothing wrong on, is the fact that you fucking like not Brion. Queeman already said this, but you
Well,
interviewed that
can I
individual.
say this? Because
go ahead.
I was saying on Twitter, what I did was I this is lost of time because I had eventually deleted this, but I think this was under Libs of TikTok or this was under other accounts that were calling out Kris Tyson, and this was like way in the past, like we're talking like last year. I made a mega folder and I had all the information in there, and I went into these comment sections posting the mega folder, and I explained what was in there. So you can't say I didn't put it on Twitter because I did. When it wasn't catching on, I figured, okay, because of the whole Gideon chat, the whole Gideon live stream and all this other stuff, I'm like, hey, this can't get out just yet. So I go back and I delete all those because, I don't want Kris Tyson to delete all this stuff.
Oh, by the way.
So I put it on Twitter. I did put it on Twitter. I tried to contact Keemstar. I tried to contact everybody I could.
I need to.
But yeah, but Brack is right though. There's no point in like going back and forth. We've been doing it for like an hour or more.
My mic isn't like
And it's not
relaying
going
shit,
anywhere.
right? I see it going green.
I need to correct the record on something real quick. People on the fucking chat are saying that I'm defending a pedophile. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Well, dude, you're hammering the guy that got out the information.
I don't think you
so-
are either. I think that like I think we're in all in agreement that Priya could have
This is okay.
You're not defending a pedophile. What I'm saying is you are hammering the guy that basically got it out. Like if I did not exist, I don't think this information would have gotten out.
Yeah, like, but the issue is that you got it out with some extreme lapse.
I'm not perfect.
But listen,
I am
here's
not
the problem.
perfect.
I see the problem.
I could.
I see the problem so clearly here. Okay, Prism clearly there's no fucking clue how to do this, and looked at people like James O'Keefe.
I asked other people to help
Sure,
me.
but you're looking to, and listen, not to get into the politics of it, but you're looking at James O'Keefe, and that's why you've done some of the things you've done. You're trying to imitate someone that you look up to, right? And that is not going to be for everyone. Other people are not going to like that kind of expose and the way that's done. But from your perspective, you're thinking, well, hang on a minute. Why are you having to go at me? I'm the one that's just trying to reveal the information about someone, being a pedo, essentially. And you're concerned that other people are coming at you because you're thinking, well, I'm exposing this. And you're doing the right thing in your mind.
Yes. I was going to say those exact words. I was just trying to do the right thing. That's literally the whole reason. It's as simple as I saw a 4chan post. I looked into this guy. I showed my family, my stepfather, and he told me, get it out by any means necessary. And I took him on his word, and any means necessary got it out. And I succeeded. That's as simple as it was.
It's
sure,
easy
it's
to,
not
like,
perfect. It could have been better. I definitely agree with you on that.
But wait a second. So I'm willing to, say that on your behalf, so to speak. But then I think what people are pointing out is that from their perspective, there are fundamental cracks in the story that have been created by some of these activities. So even though you're small and you didn't know what you were doing and you were kind of clueless and you did what you thought was best, from the outside perspective, people are looking and they're saying, oh, there's a problem there, there's a problem there, there's a problem there. And that could potentially taint the story to people when it goes out more broadly.
I see. But the thing is, I tried to ask people to help me on this and nobody would help me. So
and this is before you made the content.
Verdius
Is that right?
helped me. Yeah, I mean, yes, I asked for help from Turning Point members,
commentary YouTubers, personalities.
Listen, look, I agree, and I, of course, have got issues with some of this
helped
stuff.
me actually do this better.
And people,
I think
are
it might cut out for like a solid 30, dude.
No, people are out for blood, and I get that. People love it when it's like, oh, there's a retard who's fucked up, let's go for him. I think one piece of this that is missing that people need to recognize, though, yes, haha, going to EDP, what a retard, he's a fucking pedo himself. But it sounds like you did try to communicate with numerous people before you'd even thought about making a video, right?
I also tried to contact Kris Tyson's wife because I was genuinely concerned.
it's I think it's easy to look from like the perspective that like he just kind of like decided to go off on this shit in his own. But like I saw him like doing shit for quite a long time, and he really did have like good intentions. And while it's like easy to kind of like pick on him now and kind of like say that he could have done it better. He's like a guy who isn't built for this, doesn't really understand how this shit works, and he has this information. He tries to pawn this off to a ton of people, a lot of people he shouldn't have spoken to, but it's just because he didn't get how to do it. That's
look,
really like the
Yeah,
concise
that's
of
why
it.
I was.
He
giving it
tried.
to
He tried
someone
every
else. I was
option. He
trying
tried
to give
every.
it to someone else.
He tried every
Ultimately-
option, whether it was good or bad.
All right,
And
look,
that's
let's,
because he wanted to get this out. He wanted to get this out so bad that he was kind of willing to put this target on his back. And
All right.
I think that
That's
at least
100%
shows that
correct.
he's not going to profit off of the fucking video.
No.
If anything, this is like
not what
probably
we're
going to hurt his
arguing,
life
though.
more. I
Yes.
think it's easy to kind of like look at him and say that he's.
Insane going on here. Where he's like, someone should have helped me. Oh, this guy didn't know any better. It's like this guy's a
Rack,
fucking adult.
your
right?
Look, dude, keep in mind that at the
Oh,
end
hold
of
on,
the day,
wait. I want to hear what Rack was saying because I don't think he finished.
Okay.
Rack, your mic cut out.
My mic cut out? No, somebody
Yeah.
started
he just
speaking, so I
open.
stopped
He
talking.
opened it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying that like it's easy to say that like things went bad from the outside looking in. They did, but he tried everything he could, and he made a lot of wrong decisions in doing that. But what's done is done, and I think the whole back and forth isn't really necessary. And I'm saying that about you too, Priya. I think you should probably stop arguing
Okay.
with these people.
I believe
Yeah,
something. that
I
you
think
said.
Rack is
Do
right.
you
I'm gonna
agree? Do you
stop
agree
arguing
that
with
like
these people.
can I like run off a few things really quick because I think this would be good for everyone here. Do you think it's like you probably shouldn't have like reached out to EDP? Do you think that's probably something you shouldn't have done, right?
Yes.
Who are you asking in specific? All of us?
Priya.
Oh, okay.
Like
Well, I mean,
despite
but-
your
okay,
intentions,
okay,
despite your
okay,
intentions,
so
despite like the good
I'll say-
intentions that I know you had.
I'll say logically, it doesn't make sense to reach out to him, but the result
Yeah.
that came of reaching out to EDP was I got in contact with Vertius, which
Don't excuse it.
I also got, the whole Mike Klum thing was happening. And because of that pressured me to make the videos with Vertius. And then Adrox made the video, and then that's what got out the information. So if it were not for EDP, this information wouldn't
Okay.
have gotten out.
Yeah, but
even
can
from
we
my
you
end,
just
Or
say
maybe
really
they found
quick?
out a different
that
way. I don't
EDP
know.
was
Can you
not a
say
good
really
source.
quick that morally you should have
No,
not reached out to EDP?
morally, it's bad to reach out to him. But like Rack said earlier, I was
Okay.
trying to do both good and bad.
And you can say
I'm
that
trying to
like
do
the
both.
process of the video was not could have gone a lot better. Can we say that?
Yes. It
And
could have been.
things could have been handled better.
Okay.
I wish I was in
I
different.
think we're all on the same base, and I don't think that
Yeah.
like we need to do this whole fucking
Oh,
blood sport shit.
Okay.
Okay,
No,
hold
I
on.
agree
Why are
with
you
Rack.
back, Queeman?
I
What
agree
are
with
you
Rack.
back for, Queeman? Why are you here, Queeman?
I just
I,
because this guy's just
Nah, he's
this guy's
muted.
insane.
I'm not
This guy
unmuted.
is.
Okay, Michael.
That's
but
the second
endless
time. He's just
excuses.
constantly disrespecting.
Every
me,
time-
but yeah.
Not for a second has he stopped and gone, oh yeah, I really actually did fuck that up. Even just then, was it a bad idea to reach out to EDP? Well, no, because through the Rube Goldberg machine domino effect that I've created, actually, I created this retarded imaginary deadline on myself, and now I had to release it. So it was actually a good thing. I reached out to EDP the whole time. He can't take any responsibility for anything. It's so pathetic.
See-
From an
see,
adult as well. Talking about getting
That's-
advice from his stepdad on when to post a YouTube video? Please get a fucking grip. Holy shit.
Okay, look.
People should have helped me. People should have helped reaching out to Turning Point members. And I'm supposed to think this isn't malicious. You're going to just the most politicized places, posting on the libs of TikTok. Dude, this guy's filth.
Look, my entire point from the very beginning, which seems to have been fucking misconstrued up to this point, is that sure, you may have gotten this information out here, but you presented it in such a way that no one is willing to take you seriously. So ultimately, what you did is just the complete
isn't-
opposite effect of what was necessary.
People, have you been seeing the videos? People are saying
I've
that this
seen your
is bad
videos.
stuff.
I've seen your videos. and
No,
for the most
not
part,
my
I think-
videos.
No.
Other people's
Okay,
videos.
I've seen
You're saying
their
that you're
videos
saying no
too.
one's taking it seriously. It
I've
seems like
seen
they're
their-
taking it seriously to me.
Do you honest to God, can you honest to God sit here and tell me that a lot of these motherfuckers who are commentary channels that are trying to get their fucking clickbait aren't just doing it for the sake of monetization instead of actually having some fucking moral arbiter bullshit going on with them? Do you think they actually care? Do you think they actually care is what I want you to say. Because ultimately, your video inherently is very destructive to the very thing that you wanted to do. But I will give credit where credit is due. These people are pretending to care, yes, for the most part. But that for me is good enough. But what you did is not good. And what I'm trying to say is that you fundamentally, while you are trying to take credit for this, while you are trying to say that maybe you would have liked your credit where credit is due, you are undeserving of it because you're a fucking fraud.
I'm a fraud. I literally was just trying to pass it to someone else.
By every measure.
I literally was trying to get someone else to cover this. How are you calling me a fraud?
Because you could have just unbiasedly presented the information. You could have just said, "Hey, this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened," and the information would have still been there.
I'm saying what I think about it. That's what I think about the information.
Do you think without absolute definites, you have?
Dude, I don't have all the knowledge in the world about like Kris Tyson.
So
I don't.
That inherently means that you are incapable of having any sort of information.
Dude, I agree with what Rack was saying. You're just out for a blood sport. That's what you're doing right now.
If I were out for a blood sport, I would be here yelling.
He's a commentary YouTuber, but I think you're giving him commentary right now.
Okay, that's right.
I don't think he should be arguing with anybody. I think
keep in mind. No, this is not. What's
going on.
I'm not joining either side in this, dude.
Thank you, Rack. Thank you.
To be clear,
yeah, this is why I trust Rack, because he pointed this out to me. I knew something was kind of fishy with the way he was talking. He's just trying to farm content at this point. I addressed his criticisms.
Do you honest to God think that I'm trying to farm content?
I guess the question
we're dragging it on.
What
more?
I'm happy to wrap this up because we
gotta wrap this up.
What more? Like, look, I agree with all the criticisms that have been made, but what more can this Prism guy say? I know that he's being a bit weasel, but what more can he possibly say?
Let me just say this one last thing. Let me say this one last thing. I just want to say this last thing. For about an hour, you kept arguing at me and Chud and everyone else in this call about how you couldn't talk about the legal thing. You couldn't talk about it.
Yes.
And then you admitted to me that you left the video out because of the Mike Clum EDP documentary.
Because Rack mentioned it. I mean, I did mention it before, but what I'm saying is I can't talk about.
And guess what?
I didn't talk about those specific
The legal case is probably about EDP. It's probably about EDP. So honestly, you could have just said. You could have just said.
I can't say that. I can't say that.
You just said thank you for saying it. So you just confirmed it. You just confirmed it. So
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I can neither confirm. Yeah, I know it's cheesy. But listen, all I'm saying is you're trying to force me to talk about it when I said I can't talk about it. You can make assumptions about it. But like I said, at the end of the day,
you don't need to talk to these people.
No, I'm not forcing you.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah, you don't need to talk to them about it. You don't need to talk to them about it.
Vax said it, and then you confirmed it. You confirmed it. I didn't need to ask you about it. You confirmed it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's irrelevant.
Listen, I'm up for the question, but like I don't know.
We gotta wrap this up.
Okay. Let's leave it there.
Yeah, let's wrap this up because I see what's going on here. It took me a while to get it, but after Gamma was talking and then Rack pointed out, I really see what's going on here.
Okay,
this isn't like discourse in good faith.
I don't really want to be made like I'm taking sides here.
Look, that's
no,
fine.
You're not taking. Whatever.
I need to say one last thing before I leave.
Because I just didn't catch on to that, but I see what's going on.
I need to say one last thing before I leave, just so I can make my leaving
All
statement.
right. Is there anything you need to say, Chud? Because I think I responded to all these people, and I'm done talking with them.
No,
there's nothing more I have. Yeah, there's nothing more I have to say to them. They're just going to keep saying the same thing, and they're just going to try to keep drilling for information. When I said I can't talk about that, I have legal issues.
I'm going to say something,
and it's not me that's going to get in trouble. Let me clarify. It's other people that are going to get in trouble. Innocent people that have been nothing but they've been victimized by other
let's
people.
Comment down. Yeah, let's just wrap this up and let's go.
I'm moving.
Okay? What do you want to say?
I'm moving past this. I want to. First of all, if I came off as abrasive or a little bit callous, I apologize. Right? I'm not that type of person.
I can't
I'm
hear
not
what you're
out.
saying.
I'm not. I'm
'Cause I'm
not
done.
out. Okay. I'm not out for fucking
you can-
Bloodsport.
Okay,
I-
listen. Look, if you want to say your piece, okay. If prisoners wants to go, let's just this is getting ridiculous now. Do you
Well, I
want to
can't
go?
even
Do you
hear
want
what you're
to
saying at
leave?
this
Do you
point.
want
Yes,
to
I would
leave?
like to
Cool.
leave.
You're more than welcome
I
to go.
think I will leave.
Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Okay.
All right.
Okay. I mean,
Alright, that was
that's the
cool.
thing is I'm not leaving out of anger. Let me just say this. I had discourse with them. At this point, we're really dragging it out because it's been a while. It's been like what, over an hour?
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to leave at any point.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you
Well,
want to leave,
thank you,
and call it a day.
chudlogic.
Thanks for coming on.
The conversation between me and you has been very pleasant. Not so much for the other guys. I can see you're doing this in good faith, is what I'm seeing. Other guys, not really sure so much.
Okay.
But
Thank you
yes,
very
I
much.
mean, yeah. All right.
All
Okay,
the
bye.
best. Okay. Bye bye.
I do think he's trying his best. I think.
Is
I don't
it
know.
true this guy reached out to Chris Tyson's wife, but you're saying he doesn't want to tip anyone off? What
Did he
sense
say
does that
that?
fucking make?
He did.
That's what.
Multiple times.
Yeah,
I'm honestly I'm
doesn't-
not keen into everything. I'm kind of Zen maxing right now. I'm trying to keep the peace here.
okay. You sound
I'm
like
a bit of a Zen max here from time to time. This is one of those moments.
okay.
I don't know.
So when
Yeah, it could
okay,
have gone a lot better. But
yeah,
my
I
kind of
don't care about
whole
the-
perspective on this is what's done is done. And,
Where'd you meet this guy? Where'd you meet this guy? How'd you
Where'd I
meet
meet this guy? I don't know. I got introduced to him. That's all I can really say.
Yeah.
I tried
Okay,
to.
well, that's not
I
good
saw
enough,
that there
really.
was a ship at sail, and I saw a big iceberg, in front of it, and I was there to hold a hairdryer up to that iceberg, and I think I only melted it a little bit. But
Can you stop
how did you
being
meet
like
this guy?
a British
Where did
cigarette
you
right now
meet
and
him?
just answer this question, please? Like,
Yeah, where did you meet
stop
this guy?
dodging here. Stop dodging the question and just answer it. Like,
I was
completely.
introduced to him by a friend who met him in like a Discord. That's about it.
And what sort of Discord? Where?
I have no idea. I don't know. That's for you to ask him. I don't know as much as you think I
Well, what
probably
sort
do.
Okay, so why did you come on and vouch for his?
Why'd I
handling of
come in and
story?
vouch? Well, I vouch for him
Yeah.
because I think that he's a good person at heart. I just don't think that he really
But
knows
why
how
do you have
to
that impression?
deal
What
with this
gave you
kind
that
of shit.
impression?
Especially like people kind of like yelling at him. I'm trying to
Okay, what
keep
gave you
the
that
peace
impression?
here without really
What gave you that
disrupting all
impression?
this.
What gave you that impression?
What gave me the impression?
Yeah, that he
I
was
think I mentioned that he, like, especially now, he's kind of put a target on his back. He's very opinionated about shit for sure, but I don't think there's any real gain to get from that either. I mean, would you agree that like there's nothing really to
target on
gain?
his back. Dude, I don't think that just because you're coming out with pedo allegations, you're likely a good person. I don't think that follows.
No, I don't know. I've had good conversations with the guy, but I don't think he's evil. And I think trying to, and I told him this, like the whole thing with like lol cows or whatever is kind of like you have to be interesting to kind of like laugh at, right? And I told him this that like if you don't want to be the most interesting person in the room, you don't want to be more interesting than the pedo freak, that's not something you want to do. And I would hate to see it kind of go down that path because I don't know. I think that we should probably be focusing more on the pedo freak, and that's kind of just the reason I joined is because I wanted to kind of redirect that towards something else, and I'm seeing that hasn't really worked.
All right. Honestly,
Yeah,
I just want to say this.
Honestly, it blows my mind. It must have been like a special education Discord or something you guys all met in, because I genuinely, you like refused
we were
to
putting
answer
shapes and holes, bro.
Straight 3 minutes with a bunch of like irrelevant bullshit. But why did you get the impression this guy was going to was just was being altruistic? How did you get that impression? What interaction gave you that impression?
What interaction gave you the impression? I don't know, dude.
You
I
come
don't
in
really.
and said
I don't think he's evil. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him transformed yet.
You literally came in to just be completely what? Okay, cool. All right. No problem. Just come in to be
He
completely
hasn't shown me
worthless.
his horns or anything, No fire spells, to my knowledge.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway. Unless there's anything
I-
else. What?
I just want to say
I'm
one
good.
last thing. I just want to say one last thing, and that is like, at the end of the video, he says he wants to debate Kris Tyson. I feel like, as this conversation has shown, he can't debate for shit. He's gonna get owned if he ever talks to Kris Tyson. He sounds like Michael Alberto. He's a freaky fraud. See you later, guys.
Okay.
All right.
We'll call it a day there, I think. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Cheers.
Have a good
Thanks.
one.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
one.
You too. Bye-bye. Dude. Hey. That turned into some fucking content, didn't it, eh? Oh, bro. Fucking hell. Chud lost. I know I fucking won. Dude, that was fucking incredible content.